So we'll start, we'll go beyond. And yesterday I talked about that we'll be having, we will be using the second method also. Okay. So सेम उसको हम लोग सेकंड मेथड से भी करके देख लेते हैं अभी, राइट? I'm just opening another sheet. I'll just copy this question. इसमें रो मिनिमाइजेशन और कॉलम मिनिमाइजेशन तक ओके है, सेम चीज रहेगा. ओके, बट ये जो लाइंस वगैरह ड्रॉ करने का है ना, एक काम करते हैं, लेट मी जस्ट डुप्लीकेट द शीट, create a copy at the end, and I say with second method, right? और बाकी का सब कुछ will just remove. We will also remove ये हम लोगों को बाद में लगेगा. So what we'll do is I'm just keeping it here because we'll be needing them later again. इसको चाहिए तो राउंड कर देते हैं so that it would be looking different. Okay, we'll just remove all of this. Do we remember what we have done in the initial few stages? First, this is your question, okay, wherein you have to allocate jobs to your 5 employees, 5 jobs, 5 employees. Okay, so we started with column minimization there. We could have also done with row minimization. Okay, and then column minimization. We could have done either ways. Now, since we have done column and then row, we'll just go ahead beyond this. Now, what that method says is, I will एक second, एक काम करते हैं, मैं आपको वो method दिखाता हूँ so that you can take a screenshot of it. Okay, and that is what we are going to follow again and again. This part from 5 to 7. Can you please take a screenshot with you, because we are going to refer this again and again. Have you taken a screenshot?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so steps 2, 3 means we are talking to these two, B and C. Sorry, I have to correct this. I will correct this and send it again to you. Okay, let me just note it down somewhere. Okay. One more thing is there. Today, during the second session, that is post-lunch session, that time we are experimenting to have a live session. So we'll try to set up everything in a classroom and we'll be doing it from there. So I would very much appreciate if you guys can give me honest feedback as to how it goes and whether it is helping you in a better way. Okay, today I'm there in college itself. So I'm taking the session from college. Okay, so we'll try and experiment that. If that goes off well, so next time onwards we will be using the board and everything, and accordingly we will do it. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now coming back to this, we will start with allocation, row wise allocation. That is the first thing. So first row has got only just 1 0, so we can simply allocate that. Second row has got only just 1 0, so no need to worry about. We can simply go ahead and make an allocation there. In the third row, we have got 3 zeros and there's a confusion, so we cannot make an allocation there. So we'll just leave them there. Since I have already made an allocation here, so in that same column, I cannot make an allocation on this 0. Okay, so we'll just cancel it. So that means this row is not having any 0 now as of now. And in the last row, I have got one clearly defined 0. So I can just simply make a allocation here. Fine. Once I'm through row wise, I will start scanning it column wise. So first column I have an allocation, second column I have an allocation, third column I have only 1 0. So I can make an allocation there. The minute I make an allocation there, I cannot have an allocation in these 0 places. Okay, correct? Along the row. Fine. Hello.
Yes, sir.
In the earlier
Yes.
method that we have seen, the next step is to cover the zeros, maximum number of zeros with minimum number of lines so that we can identify the next least cost cell. Correct? Now, to how do we define where to draw the lines? In the earlier one, we could have drawn the lines which we have drawn vertically, we could have drawn it horizontally also. Okay, here, here, here. So we could have drawn it horizontally also, but then it would have actually we would have been required to go for multiple iterations. Now, the best part with this second method is it takes care of majority of those kind of confusions and easily covers everything. So the first step which was written here is mark all unassigned rows. That means the rows which are still unassigned should be marked. Now, which are the rows which are unassigned? This row is not having any allocation, unassigned. Okay. So what I will do is I will mark it. So I will insert a symbol there, and this symbol is a tick mark symbol. You will find this under wingdings. Okay, so insert, close. So I have a tick mark there. Let's make it a bit font. एक काम करते हैं, इसको हम यहाँ पर डाल के रखते हैं और उसको बार बार कॉपी कर लेंगे. ओह, ओके. और इसका कलर और साइज थोड़ा सा बड़ा कर देते हैं so that it is very clearly visible. So कौन सा कलर करेंगे? फॉन्ट साइज तो ऐसे ही बड़ा कर देते हैं. Is it visible? Better.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
फॉन्ट कलर क्या करना है? कुछ और कर दें इसको?
हाँ सर, रेड कर दो.
Red कर दें? Red would be very clearly visible. So we'll take this. So this is the row where we have to put it. So this row is not having any allocation. So we have marked this row. Now, after you have marked, it says mark the corresponding columns of unassigned rows containing 0. So that means mark the corresponding columns. That means this column of this row which has a unassigned, that means 0. So ये एक 0 है which was not selected. So we have to tick mark there. So we'll again take this and we'll place it here. Correct? हो गया बराबर? Let us go forward. What is the next step which it says? Mark the rows of marked column containing an assignment. So that means now we have to mark the rows which has an assignment in this column. So ये वाला इधर पर है an assignment. So that means this row is to be marked. So we'll mark it here. Okay. Repeat the steps 2 and 3 until no more marking is possible. So इसके बाद में और कोई भी unassigned row नहीं है. There was only one row which was unassigned. So we don't need to do anything further. After this, what we are going to do is now draw the lines through unmarked rows and marked columns. So now we have to draw lines through unmarked rows and marked columns. So आपका marked column कौन सा है? ये वाला है. तो पहले इधर से कर देते हैं. Unmarked rows. Okay, इसको भी just एक copy create करके रखते हैं, which we can use it. And unmarked क्या था ये? Now draw the lines through unmarked rows and marked columns. ठीक है? So I'll just take a copy of it. I'll just put it here. Draw a line through unmarked rows and marked columns. So ये मेरे दो unmarked rows हैं. Correct? और भी है क्या? हाँ, एक और है. Can you see? We have directly got horizontal lines. Whereas पहले वाले मेथड में क्या होता था? हमको vertical lines draw किया, फिर वो iterations वगैरह आएगा. अब इसमें क्या है? Every iteration can be seen. तो वो धीरे धीरे ना कैसे कैसे ऑप्टिमाइज होता है वो आपको इसमें देखने को मिलेगा. Okay, so now the next least value that is theta. Okay, in the next case would be, what is theta? Theta is the least uncovered cell. So which are your uncovered cells? These ones and these ones. So least uncovered cell is 1. So your theta would be 1. Okay, now we'll just draw the entire column here again. Okay, ये सब values मैं सब निकाल दे रहा हूँ. So अब हम क्या करेंगे? We will subtract theta from all the uncovered cells. So these are my uncovered cells. So if I subtract 1 from these uncovered cells, so 4 will become 3. 4 minus 1 is 3. 16 minus 1 is 15. 11 minus 1 is 10. 4 minus 1 is 3. I'm just writing the uncovered cells. 6 minus 1 is 5. 1 minus 1 is 0. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay, then we add it at the intersection. So we have intersection here, here, and here. These are the three intersection points. So we'll add it at the intersection. 7 plus 1 will become 8. Okay, this 7 will become 8, and this 2 will become 3. Correct? Perfect till now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So after this, all the covered cells will be written as it is. So 0, 11, 13, 14. Here it is 0. This one is 0. Here it is 2, 0, 0, 0, 8, 0, 6, and 2. Okay, till now, this is the new matrix that I have got. Now, what we'll do is, we'll start with the allocation, and I'm just using this cell, this for the allocation. So first row, I will start with row wise allocation. So I have only 1 0. So I will make an allocation there. Second row, I have got only 1 0. So I can just simply make an allocation there. The minute I make an allocation there, I cannot make an allocation in this cell. Correct? Are you able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So third row, I have got 3 zeros. So I will skip it. Fourth row, 1 0. So I can make an allocation there. Okay. और या फिर हम उसको थोड़ी देर के लिए छोड़ सकते हैं. Fifth row has got a very clearly defined 0. So we can make an allocation there. Okay. So I'll just drag it. I'm placing it here. After this, the next thing that we are going to do is we will uh, start with since all the rows are over, we'll start with column wise. Okay, since I have already placed a 0 here, so I cannot make an allocation in these cells. Correct. So I will just mark them so that I don't get confused with it. So if I start column wise, first column has an allocation, second column has an allocation, third column has a clearly defined 0. So I'll just take that and I will mark it here. Okay, since I have marked it here, so I cannot have an allocation in this cell. Clear up to this?
Sir, but we can say for the same thing for the V column, right? The fifth column. Like if we select the fifth C as the 0.
Ah, we could have done it that way also. You want me to do it that way?
Yes, sir.
Chalo, we'll do it that way. Number of iterations बस आपके change हो जाते हैं बेटा. Nothing else. Okay. Now, since I have an allocation right now, right like this. Okay. Now, again, I have to go with the same method. Okay, of tick marking. So first is I have to tick mark the unallocated row. This one, correct? Tick mark the columns which has 0 in this tick marked row. So that means in this particular row, I have this column which has a 0 and this column has a 0. Okay. After this, tick mark the allocated rows in the marked columns. So that means if I look at this column, so इसमें allocation आपका यहाँ पर है. So this row is to be tick marked. Okay. In this column, this is here. This is where you have an allocation. So you will tick mark it here. Okay. Now, once you have done this, If there are any more unallocated rows, so you will mark them, and again the entire process would be done. Now, since we don't have any other unallocated row which is unmarked, we'll just go ahead with the last step of it, which says draw horizontal lines through unmarked rows and marked columns. So I'll just take this. It would be easy for me to draw lines through unmarked rows and marked columns. So I'm just taking a copy of it. So marked columns are 1, then 2. Okay, now let us look at this also. Here the number of lines were 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here the number of lines are 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, number of allocations are also 4. So when you have number of allocations and number of lines equal, that means when total number of allocation, that means all the cells have got allocated. Okay, all the rows and columns have an allocation, then only it's an optimal solution for you. So as of now, this is a non-optimal solution. So we'll have to move forward. Now we'll again identify the value theta. Theta is the least.
Sir,
Uh,
sir, could you please repeat the statement which you just said about optimal solution?
See, when we look at optimal solutions, normally the optimal solution will have number of lines equal to either the number of row or number of column. Because here we go ahead with an assumption that we will have one row, one allocation per row and per column. Okay, so if I have 5 rows and 5 columns, total number of allocations that we will have will be only 5. So that means the number of lines should also be 5 only, not less, not more. Okay. So when you have total number of lines equal to n for an n by n matrix, the solution is optimal. Clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Welcome. So now what I'm going to do is I will again, now my next value theta would be how much? Theta is the least uncovered value. So it would be 1. अभी देखिए हमने पहले क्या किया था, उस तरह से किया था तो उसमें हमने डायरेक्ट थीटा इक्वल्स टू 3 ले लिया था. अभी देखिए हमने एक बार थीटा 1 लिया, वापस से थीटा 1 आया है, इसके बाद में एक आइटरेशन और लगेगी, देखते जाइएगा. ओके, सो I'll just copy this and paste it here so that I don't have to
Sir,
redraw the matrix. Yes,
So rather than doing it again, we can't just allocate D3 directly,
you can.
but then that will be wrong, right?
You will have to check whether that's right or wrong. If you are getting one allocation per cell, fine. But then is that the minimum value? We don't know.
Okay.
Just to be sure that we get the least value, that is the reason why we are doing all this. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
When we take theta equals to 1 again, so from the uncovered cells, we'll have to subtract it. So this becomes 0. See, we are getting one more 0 now. 2 will become 1. 6 will become 5. 2 will become 1. 15 will become 14. 3 will become 2. This 3 will become 2. 5 will become 4. 8 will become 7. Okay, I'm redoing it again and again so that the method gets fixed in your mind. Okay, the only best way of remembering anything is do it again. Okay, now theta is to be added at the cross section. So we have cross section here and the value here was 8. So this will become 9 because 1 will get added there. Then we have another cross section here. Here also it was 8, so this becomes 9. Then we have a cross section here. There it was 0, so 0 ki jagah par this will become 1. And we have a cross section here. Here. So 13 will become 14. The rest of the values will remain as it is. So that means 14. This will remain as 11. This will remain as 0. What about this? 0. This would be 10. This would be 2, 0, 0, 0. This is 0. So this will remain as 0. And this becomes 3. And this becomes 0. What you can observe here is, see, the non-feasible options are actually there the values are increasing. For example, at this juncture, see, it has become 1. Okay, though there was a 0 earlier. Okay, so एक आपका बढ़ जाता है और एक कहीं पर कम हो जाता है, तो ये 0 एलिमिनेट हो जाएगा, उसकी जगह पर ये इधर पर 0 आ गया. Can we see this? Correct? So we are looking at the next better solution possible. Okay, so again we'll start with allocation row wise as well as column wise. Okay, I'll just do this quickly. So first row has 1 0, second row has 1 0. यहाँ पर मुझे क्रॉस डालना पड़ेगा. So this will not be used. फिर उसके बाद में since already मैंने इधर पर डाला है, so even this will not be used. देख रहे हो, नया 0 जो बना वो यूजलेस हो गया है. इसके लिए मैंने आपको बोला ना, हमको 3 आइट्रेशन लगेगा. ये एक हो गया, सॉरी ये पहला था, ये दूसरा है, ये तीसरा, इसके बाद में एक और आइट्रेशन करेंगे, देन वी विल गेट अ सॉल्यूशन. तो ये मेथड थोड़ा सा लंबा है, बट इसमें क्या है ना कि आपको आंसर 100% गारंटीड है. ओके, बट इसके पहले वाला मेथड इज अ इजियर मेथड. Okay, wherein you don't worry about tick marking the rows and columns and just simply go ahead and cover the maximum number of zeros with minimum number of lines. So जिस row या column में भी maximum zeros है उसको cover कर देना है. Fine. अभी इसको हम complete करते हैं एक बार. So ये row हो गया, since it had 2 zeros we just left it. इसमें ये दोनों cut हो गए, so we are left out with 1 0. Either we can take this one or we can take this one. Whatever is our choice, we can go with that. Okay, since यहाँ पर already clearly defined है, so we can take it here. Fine. अब ये हमने लिया तो automatically this 0 gets nullified, and here will, when we start column wise 1 2, so this column will again get a value, will get an allocation, whereas this 0 will get cancelled. Okay, so again we don't have allocation in all the cells, so one more iteration needs to be done. ठीक है, थोड़ा सा ये मेथड लंबा है, बट इसमें आंसर शॉर्ट आता है. एंड दिस इज व्हाट इज
to disturb you. So
सॉरी
sorry to disturb you. Some of the students have their GDs right now.
GDs, how come?
So for the internship, I guess.
For the summer internship?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. It is 12 for how many of them?
11.
Sir, yeah, 10,
11.
11 students.
Okay, okay. They can leave. I need to have a mail indicating who all have left, so that
Yes,
I
sir.
will mark them accordingly.
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Well, one more thing. Yesterday, I observed uh, two people have left the class after attending only one session. Second session was not attended by them. Okay. Attendance में आपका सब कुछ clearly दिखता है. So I will be giving them attendance only for one session, not the second one. Okay. So if you do anything like that, uh, it's not right. And if you have some problem, it's always advisable to put up a one-liner mail. Okay. So we'll start with the method. Method says tick mark the row which has no allocation, tick mark the column which has zeros in the tick marked row. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then after that, draw vertical lines through tick marked columns and horizontal lines through. नहीं, इसके बाद में एक और चीज है. ये जो टिक मार्क्ड कॉलम्स है उसमें एलोकेशंस जहां पर है वो रोज को टिक मार्क करना है. सो फर्स्ट कॉलम इसमें वी हैव एन एलोकेशन हियर, सो दिस रो विल गेट टिक मार्क्ड. सेकंड column, this row will get tick marked. Third column, this row will get tick marked. Okay. Now after that, what we do is draw horizontal lines through unmarked rows and vertical lines through marked columns. So 1, 2, 3. Fine. Again, the value of theta would be 1. So एक बार और हम लोग करके लेंगे and then we'll get the final solution. So okay, I'm just deleting the values. So now theta here would be 1. So 1 is to be subtracted from the uncovered cells. So 1 आपका यहाँ पर से this will become 0. This 5 will become 4. 7 will become 6. 4 will become 3. 2 will become 1. 14 will become 13. 11 will become 10. And 14 will become 13. Okay, at the intersections, it is to be added. So my intersections are at 9. So this becomes 10. 2 will become 3. 1 will become 2. And that's it. Okay. The rest of the cells will have the same value as they had. So here it is 9, 0, 14, 0, 2, 10. Here it would be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 3, 1, 0. And now I will start with allocation. So first row, first allocation here. So automatically ये 0 कैंसल आउट हो जाएगा। Second row, I have this 0. So again, this will get cancelled. Third row, I have got 2 zeros, so I can still wait. Okay. Fourth row, 2 zeros, I can still wait. Fifth row, I have only 1 0, so let's make an allocation there. The minute I make an allocation here, this will get cancelled. Now column wise, I have got 2 zeros here, so just wait. And this last column has got only 1 0, so make an allocation there. Since I have made an allocation there, automatically this 0 will get cancelled. I am left out with only just 1, and now that's my final allocation. Now if I look at my original question, okay, just copy it so that we can compare the solution that we have got. Okay, these are my allocated cells: 3, 5, 5, then 9, 4, 2. Can we see that we have got one allocation per row as well as per column? और total अगर आप देखोगे तो it is 23. It is the same what we had received here. देख रहे हो सेम एलोकेशन है. सो ये वाला मेथड फास्टर है, बट उसमें यही है कि you need to be very careful while doing it, and this method is slow but precise, और हर एक का स्टेप्स और सब कुछ एकदम से डिट्टो सेम रहेगा irrespective of who is doing it. ओनली प्रॉब्लम वुड बी आप कौन सा चूज करते हो एलोकेशन के लिए, उसी की वजह से चेंज होगा. फाइन. तो मैंने अभी जस्ट ये मैंने बनाया, दिस इज माय टाइम मैट्रिक्स, और यहीं पर अगर मैं मान लो एक एलोकेशन मैट्रिक्स बनाता हूं तो आई कैन इजीली मेक आउट कि कहां पर कौन सा एलोकेशन आया है. ओके, सो उसके लिए हम क्या करते हैं, नॉर्मली there is no fill in it. Okay, and the values are generally zeros in all of them and 1 only if there is an allocation. So since I have an allocation in this one, allocation in this one, allocation in this one, allocation here, and allocation here, this will help us in calculating the values directly in Excel. So equals to sum product of this comma these values. Say enter, you get it as 23. ठीक है. एक्सेल में आप
Sir,
उसको
can you
इस तरह,
repeat? Please.
this would be actually sum product of this array comma this array. So you will get the same value. It is as good as saying 10 into 0 plus 5 into 1 plus 13 into 0 plus 15 into 0 plus 16 into 0 plus 3 into 1 plus 9 into 0 plus 18 into 0 and so on till the end. तो जहां जहां पर 1 है सिर्फ वही वाली वैल्यूज ऐड होगी. So that means 3, 5, 9, 2 and 4. So उसका इजी तरीका है कि आप एलोकेशन मैट्रिक्स बनाओ, उसमें से 1 1 1 और जीरोस डालो और ये सम प्रोडक्ट मार दो तो you can easily get exactly कौन सा cells allocate हुआ है. And if you want to check also कि मैंने सही जगह पर 1 डाला है कि नहीं, so even that can be done. Just remove all the shadow color fill from there, and all I need to do is just choose one cell, okay, and take the help of conditional formatting. So we'll say highlight cells, okay, but we'll have to go for more values, and we'll use a formula to define whether it needs to be highlighted or not. So since this cell depends on the value here, I would say I'll click here. This cell value, I'm not going to freeze it, so I will just press F4 and release it. Should be equal to 1. If it is equal to 1, then fill color as yellow, okay, या फिर green कर देते हैं, हमने already बहुत yellow कर दिया. And font color चाहिए तो हम bold कर देंगे, and font color will make it white so that it appears very clearly. Say okay. Again say okay. कुछ भी नहीं हुआ बिकॉज यहाँ पर 0 था, यहाँ पर 1 है. अभी इसी का फॉर्मेटिंग में इनको सबको पेस्ट कर दूंगा. सो इफ आई just paste it all across, see automatically the cells wherever you fill 1 will get highlighted. If I remove that 1, I make it 0, that highlight is also gone. Okay, clear?
So could you please once show the formula which you had entered into conditional formatting?
Okay, I will just do it again. I will remove the conditional formatting for the time being. Clear rules from selected cells. Okay, so now there are no rules. So I'm choosing the first one, and here I say conditional formatting, highlight cells, go to more rules. I will use a formula to determine which cell to format, and here the formula which I'm going to use. So I have to just click here. If this cell should get highlighted if this cell value is equal to 1. But now since it is using dollar symbols also, so I don't want the dollar symbols to be there. So I will just remove the dollar symbol, because when I paste format, so it should appear for all others also. So I'll just choose how it should start appearing. So I would say bold, color I will make it white, and fill I will make it green. Say okay, and I say okay. There is no change which is there, but if I place a 1 there, immediately it gets highlighted, but it will not be applicable for all other cells. Okay, so हमको क्या करना पड़ेगा, इसका format painter लेना होगा, so that the same format gets applied to all the cells here. अभी मैंने यहाँ पर भी 1 डाल दिया था, करेक्ट, यहाँ पर एक्चुअली में 0 था. Clear?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Till now, our focus was on methodology. Okay. Now methodology has been taught. Fine. Now I am not going to again work around on methodology, that you will be doing it. Okay. I will give you some time to work around, and then we'll just simply go ahead with the allocation things. Okay. Now what we'll do is we'll see the application of this method. Okay. Comfortable? Any doubts till now? Hello.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, great. So wherever you feel that you want to ask anything, please do let me know. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Now we'll take up another problem. I believe ये सब जो इधर लिखा हुआ है will be helpful for you. यहाँ पर मैंने इवन ये भी लिखा है, फाइंड आउट द स्मॉलेस्ट नंबर विच हैज नो लाइन पासिंग थ्रू कैन बी रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय k और theta. Subtract theta from all the uncovered numbers and add the same to all the numbers falling in the on the intersection of the lines. Start marking the assignments again. Repeat the steps until an optimal solution is obtained. The minute I have got all the allocations, that means that's an optimal solution. Okay. Now, here comes the application. Real life situation कुछ ऐसी होगी. A company operates in 4 territories and 4 salesmen available for an assignment. The territories are not equally rich in their sales potential. It is estimated that a typical salesman operating in each territory would bring in the following annual sales. So that means this, what is indicated here is the sales potential of those 4 territories. The 4 salesmen also differ in their ability. It is estimated that working under the same conditions, their yearly sales would be proportionately as follows. So this is the proportion. This also talks about the ability. ये बंदा सबसे ज़्यादा बेस्ट है और ये सबसे कम. But whereas look at these two, ये दोनों एक बराबर है. ठीक है, दोनों का कैपेबिलिटी सेम है. So B and C have similar capability, whereas A is the best and D is the least. Right? If the criteria is maximum expected total sales, अभी हम लोगों ने जो भी कुछ किया वो मिनिमाइजेशन था, करेक्ट. अब ये सिचुएशन मैक्सिमाइजेशन के लिए है, तो देखना पड़ेगा क्या करेंगे. पहला चीज है कि यू शुड बी एबल टू कन्वर्ट इट इनटू अ मॉडल. ओके. इफ द क्राइटेरिया इज मैक्सिमम expected total sales, the intuitive answer is to assign the best salesman to the richest territory, the next best salesman to the second richest, and so on. Verify this answer by the assignment technique. So मतलब अभी जो भी हमने assignment technique पढ़ा, that also needs to be applied. At the same time, you can also go with the logic. Clear? So now what I want is take 2 minutes and tell me how will you convert it into a matrix, assignment matrix. These questions have been already shared with you, so आप देख सकते हो. In the meantime, I'm just copy pasting these things into my Excel sheet. Any idea? Any idea how you would like to go with this?
So should we assign salesman A to territory 1 and so on, because salesman A, like the proportion is more compared to other salesmen, and as you can see that the richest territory is territory 1.
Uh,
So are we
so
supposed to do like that?
that is what it is saying. Okay, you can check it with the assignment technique that has been taught to you till now. Okay, and the second is you can just look at it from criteria point of view, and also you have to tell that what is the total sales that you will be able to achieve.
Sir, can we like make two columns, sales and sales proportion, and we can convert the income somehow?
Okay, very good, very good. So what we'll do is we can have territory, say along the column, and salesmen along the row. Perfect. Is this what we mean to say?
Yes, sir. And we can write 7554 vertically.
You are
Like,
getting 7. Acha, where do you want me to write this? Here?
yes,
7,
next
5, 4.
7554.
These are there.
And in the sales, we can, one
Yes.
second. One second.
And these values, let me put it for the territory.
Sir, I'm not sure about the second part.
Okay. Okay. Who was that?
Kalp.
Sorry?
Kalp.
Kalp. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good. Good. Good initiative. At least जो initial part है बहुत सही है. Thought process अच्छा है. Good. Can somebody help me with the next step?
Sir, I'm not sure whether it is right or not, but what we can do is we can take that 7 proportionate of the sales.
Hmm. Okay. So what would be the formula that we are going to put there?
So uh, B2 into A6.
Uh, B2.
Yes, sir.
Okay. B2
Into
into
A6
A6.
divided by 100.
नहीं बेटा, not divide by 100, but इसको थोड़ा सा हमको ऐसे करना पड़ेगा. See, the total potential is 21. So the potential of salesman A would be 7 out of 21. For B, it is 5 out of 21, 5 out of 21, and 4 out of 21. So then it becomes a proper proportion. हमको proportion में convert करना. So it would be actually this one. ओके मैं सेम रो सेम कॉलम रखना चाहूंगा, तो इसके लिए आई एम जस्ट फ्रीजिंग द कॉलम. ओके, डिवाइडेड बाय okay sum of all the four. Okay, so that will be remaining the same. अब इसमें ना एक्चुअली दिस इनटू मेरे को उधर का जो सेल्स पोटेंशियल है ना उस हिसाब से करना पड़ेगा. सो मैं इधर पर रो फिक्स रखूंगा and I will get this value as 42. If I drag it, this is what I am going to get. 5 upon 21 into this one. कोई भी इसका आप चेक कर लो, इसका देखना है. So 5 upon 21 into वो पर्टिकुलर टेरिटरी का पोटेंशियल. This is 5 upon 21 into that particular territory's potential. Clear? That was Jensen, correct?
Yes, sir.
Very nice, very nice.
Thank you, sir.
एक सेकंड, मैं जस्ट अटेंडेंस का भी वो करके रखूं ताकि डाउनलोड कर सकें. It's already time. Okay.
Sir, can you show the formula again?
I will show the formula again. और ऐसे में पूरा नहीं दिख रहा है. I'll just press an F2. I am doing it for this one. You can do it for this one also. इसका मतलब ये है कि 7 डिवाइडेड बाय सम टोटल ऑफ दिस इनटू वो पर्टिकुलर टेरिटरी का पोटेंशियल.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so is everybody comfortable till now?
Yes, sir.
आप लोगों का स्ट्रेंथ एक्चुअली ये बनाने में आना चाहिए. यू शुड बी एबल टू वर्क आउट दिस टेबल. उसके बाद में का ना सब मजाक है, लिटरली मजाक है. जब मैं आपको आगे एक्सेल का एक और मेथड दिखाऊंगा तो उसके बाद में यू विल रियलाइज कि हम लोग स्टार्टिंग में जो भी कुछ पढ़ रहे थे उसको पढ़ने की जरूरत थी क्या. ठीक है, बट सिंस आई हैव टू टीच यू बोथ, आई एम डूइंग इट. फाइन. So that part was required so that logic gets developed, logical thinking. Okay. The outcome of a management project, management program is not development of that methodology, but it is about development of that attitude, that thinking ability. Okay. So